Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Challenge Save with Beira-Mar. We're looking at the facilities page today because we are about to look at our youth intake and it came today. We're going to go through the game. We're going to go through every single player that looks like they're worth keeping around. And we're also going to look at the affiliates as well, because it's kind of important to talk about them briefly. We also got approached very randomly at one point by Napoli to become their manager, which for me, I wasn't expecting. Still, I want to talk about my affiliates as well, because we've got a few of them still. We've not really made a new affiliate since we got CSK Sofia last season, or 2 seasons ago at this point, because the board don't want me to get a new affiliate. And this time, the youth intake has provided us with players from 2 of the affiliates. The 2 that didn't give us anything last time around. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the intake's here, and we have at least 6 different nationalities turning up, including a Bulgarian goalkeeper, a Portuguese defender, a Chinese left midfielder, a Ghanaian right back, a Guinea-Bissau right winger, and a Romanian left back. So we've got ourselves a good bunch of players, a good mix. We're going to leave it 10 in the game, but I want to go through all the players because I thought it was interesting. Especially when you look at this page and you realize there's not a lot of bad personalities apart from 2 unambitious personalities and a low self-belief character. But hey, they're the only 3 that I can see that I wouldn't want in players I'd actually sign. And we've also got about 5 players we wouldn't sign from this guy downwards. So I won't be showing you these guys, mostly because I don't care to sign them if they're just 2.5-star potential ability. But hey, it is what it is. Let's look at the players. The first player we're talking about is Nana Adu-Gyamfi. Correct me if I'm wrong when I say that name, but I'm just going to say Nana because it's easier, or Adu-Gyamfi. Nanu Adu-Gyamfi. And this guy's a right back who could be a left back and a centre back. He's pretty much able to play all 3 positions, and I like it. So I feel this guy has a great future for us, which also means we've now got another African player that can play on the fullback positions. This is slightly awkward when you realize now Amadou and this guy, we've got 2 players that could potentially be really good and then called up for the African Cup of Nations. Not ideal, but what can you do? So I don't know why we are getting the Chinese intakes, but we have gotten the likes of Kri Relian. And honestly, if I look at him, he's a really good winger for his age. And I look at the idea that, okay, yes, he's not as good as some of the players we've had in the past, but we can now play deeper in the wings if we needed to, lower the attacking midfielders down, lower the wingers down to be alongside the midfielders, and we're going to be good. And given that they are also just wingers, this guy could be very promising. He just needs to get some first-team football, get some development, and he's good. Doesn't need to be great. He's got the physical ability I'm looking for in a winger. And while he needs a bit more work in other areas, he's not terrible. Could also be a defensive winger, which means that could he be a wingback? Let's check this out. Let's check this out because defensive winger, I see wingback. And I wanted to make you a wingback. Could he be a fullback? Let me know down in the comments below if you think this guy could be a fullback, because I could actually see it. And that's the really surprising part here. Now, this is the guy I'm most excited about. And it says defensive midfielder as his best option, but he could also be a midfielder. He could also be a no-nonsense fullback. But centre-back, anyone? Centre-back? Ball-playing defender, anyone? I see centre-back all over this guy. And 16 heading, 12 jumping reach. Yes, he's only 6 foot, but the heading makes up for that. The jumping reach makes up for that. He does need a bit of work, but he's also brave. He's got decent tackling. And he's everything I'd want in a defender. Yes, he's not quick, which is probably the only weakness in his game. But it says promising midfielder, I see promising defender. And that also solves our problem in defense. Do you think I'm right, or do you think I'm wrong? Well, if I wanted to talk about one defender, I need to also talk about this guy, because Rafael Morado is also a defender who could play in those positions. And I tell you what, if I was a bit concerned about my centre-back options, I no longer am, considering we've got 2 players that can really play the role. And I think our centre-back lack of depth is sorted. Yes, they apparently want me to play him as a right-back, which, honestly, no. Just no. He's not really what I'm looking for there. I see centre-back, and I really think this guy could be a good centre-back. Just needs to work on a few traits, and he'd be fine. Now, Jose Santos is the right winger that I was excited about, and resolute personality. Our head of youth development has come through and done stuff for us I'm excited about. If he develops like I think he can, Ventura's departure is not going to be missed. And that is a bold statement to make, but I genuinely believe that if he is to develop the way I think he can. Now for the Bulgarian goalkeeper, and this is going to be a chance to say his name, so I'm going to attempt this. You're going to laugh, potentially. He does need work, though, with 4 acceleration, 5 aerial reach. He needs a lot of work. He's 5'10". He's only 5'10". But Svetomir Karabelyov. Karabelyov is a Bulgarian goalkeeper who I'm excited about. Definitely needs work because he's not good enough right now. But fairly professional, level-headed, can grow a bit more. He's exciting. I like him. He's already going to be my third choice goalkeeper in the long term because of the potential ability he has. And if he develops, he can develop quite nicely and could be a very good player to have as a backup. Remember when I said I was excited about the winger options? Well, Brahma Sambu is another player, and Sambu, being as good as he is, could be exciting. Yes, he's got low self-belief and he's outspoken, but he's exciting, he's got potential ability to grow, and we just need to nurture him in the proper way. We've got plenty of options in the wing at this point, we just need to develop them, and it'd be great. Andre Pedro says defensive winger, also winger. Is he someone I could play as a wing-back? Let's check again. I'm looking at defensive wingers nowadays, and I just say, I found myself asking, can I make them a wing-back on support or something? And I could, I really could, but is that going to get the best out of him? Let me know that in the comments below. Nuno Callisto is another player that this time can play as an inverted winger, so we've got options now. Can also play as an attacking midfielder if we needed him to. I don't see that being his game, but could be a decent winger, may not be a decent winger. It really does depend on how we can nurture him, but again, probably not as good as I'd hope. Now this is the left back that I was not expecting, and even though he's ambitious, Nikolai Mirovita is a very exciting looking talent, could be amazing. He has work to do to really get to the level I hope he could, but he's unflappable, so should be good. He's also 6'4", so could be a centre-back. I don't want to make him a centre-back because he'd be a really good player on the posts from the corners and set pieces, and could be someone who can come in later in the game and just do some damage. So he's exciting, just not got the right personality for my liking, and if he improves, then he improves. The last person we're going to talk about is Vladimir Correa, and he's got things I like. He's unambitious though. He's also a set-piece merchant with 12 free kick taking, and he's also got 15 heading, and he's only 5'11", so don't know what to make of him. He's just not very brave, and he needs work. I just see a playmaker in this guy's future. Could he be a Mazzala? Apparently so. Could he be a box-to-box? Yes, he could. Could he be a deep-line playmaker? He'd be an advanced playmaker, really, more than anything else, but hey, it is what it is. That's all I wanted to talk about in terms of these players. Let's go through and now try and play the game and also try to sign them. See what they want for their contracts. Okay, so we've just had a game. We've just been recommended to sign all these players. Yes, there's players under 3-star potential have not been recommended, so that's why I didn't show them. Obviously reasons. That's the case. Let's try and sign the Bulgarian goalkeeper first and foremost. He wants to be a future prospect, which again makes sense. Yes, future prospect. He's okay with this. Wants 190. Let's get rid of the wages rises and let's get rid of the yearly rise as well, because I don't want to have that in the thing, and he's okay with that. Very cheap option first and foremost. Now the man of the hour, the man who looks like he can be able to start in the first team in the future, just wants a youth contract. Well, that's very useful, isn't it? So easy goes. Now the Chinese left midfielder, let's bring him in and let's see what he wants. Get rid of the wages after regional league matches and the yearly wage rise, because who wants those at all? 3-year deal, simple as it likes. So Santos now, get rid of the incentive to be a breakthrough prospect. We're going to have this. Get rid of the yearly wage rise and get rid of the future wages after certain matches, and we're going to be good. 120, 110. Let's go 110. There we go. One more thing. So, Nana now to be brought into this, and We're going to do this. Future prospect, because it's easy. We're going to get rid of the rages after reaching certain league matches and the yearly rage rise. It's literally what I do all the time. And he's a happy boy with just 100 a week. So he's very positive and very useful. Now we're going to do this. And we're going to make sure we get everything to do what we want. I know it's not the most exciting sort of video, but really, I just wanted to show this because players we're bringing in for cheap wages is good. Now, bed throw, get rid of this. I also want to see if any players try to be a bit too ambitious for their own good and try to do more. 110, 3-year? Okay, 2-year deal. Yeah, Pedro didn't want to sign anything more than a 2-year deal. Now, Sambu. This could be an interesting one. Doesn't seem to be that bothered about the prices, actually. And if they try to go 120, I go down to 110 because I think it saves me money. Not a lot of money, but it saves me money. Left back from Romania. We're going to try and keep him around. And he wants a bit of money, it seems like. Okay, he actually wants money. Cool. But I don't need to do anything else there. Callisto, second last player we're going to do in this list, and we are going to be fine. Get rid of this, get rid of that, and down to 110, please. Thank you very much. And the last person we're going to talk about is Vladimir, and get rid of this, add this, and we're going to be perfectly fine. 6 months, though. Why just 6 months? I'm very confused. How about 1 year? 1 year. I was a little surprised when he said just 6 months. How old are you then? If you are saying 6 months. Alright, so yeah, it'll be a 2-year deal. If he turns out to be bad, and I shouldn't have done that, then I shouldn't have done it. But whatever. I could have got away with that, it feels like. Still, the youth candidates were beaten in this game, so it wasn't like they had the best of games. And we were watching the match. And also, I have now decided to praise any player that does training over 8. Because I think it works for a long-term thing. And I can think we can do better and better. But either way, what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video. And that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Either way, until next time, goodbye. And well, good night.